couple of days ago, U.S. federal agents conducted a raid at the port of Houston. It seized over 300,000 kilos of precursor in record-breaking bust. Federal agents report that they seized over 300,000 kilograms or 660,000 pounds of the precursor, which would have made about $569 million of the product. The ship that these containers were on came from a port in China, probably a port near Guangzhou, China, and it traversed through the Panama Canal. Now, the federal agents report that there were 1,300 barrels seized from conflicting reports of 6 or 12 shipping containers, but the 1,300 barrels required the agents to load these up into 24 semi-truck tractor trailers. Brookings and others have numerous reports on the Chinese precursor pipeline to America. We've seen a recent spike in publicly displayed goose-stepping, militaristic, and nationalistic pride parades. Their leader is a cult of personality, and China has only one party. China smashed but didn't completely eradicate organized crime, their triads, long ago. The triads still exist, but mostly in Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan. China also does not have a labor or international longshoremen and warehouse union like most other countries do. China operates an all-China trade union, but that is China-led. So if one is a port or dock worker in any sub-union, one is basically working for the Chinese party-led all-China trade union. A bipartisan U.S. congressional probe recently alleged that China incentivizes by basically subsidizing via tax incentives the production and exportation of fentanyl precursors. Think about that for a second. Now get this, most scholars agree that this is transnational crime, an irregular threat, or state-tolerated malign commerce. We can't quite pin the tail on the donkey of Beijing because we don't have enough evidence that it is state-authorized, directed, and controlled. State-tolerated malign commerce, transnational crime, irregular threat, you know that that volume of precursor coming from that source area onto ships at that volume through that route, through the Panama Canal, into the port of Houston, you know what it is. I know what it is. You know that Chinese, Mexican, and U.S. government officials know what it is. This is not state-tolerated malign commerce or state complacency or negligence. This is state complicity. But scholars are trying to convince us through this fancy talk that the United States does not have jus ad bellum or just cause for war because it's not China doing a direct military attack on the United States. But I'm interested in your thoughts as to what else that you think the United States can do to counter this obvious hybrid warfare being directed by one state against the United States in cooperation with other non-state actors in Mexico, like the Sinaloa cartel, and it is causing hundreds of thousands of deaths in the United States. Let me know in the comments what you think.